Local medical school are turning to News 4 after learning their ethics professor has an unethical federal conviction. Here's News 4 investigator Susan Alcori.
Everyone has their favorite thing to treat when they're a healthcare provider.
Dr. Anessa Blackman has a lot to say in YouTube lessons, aptly titled, Dr. Anessa Said So. But it's what the St. Louis area podiatrist turned university professor isn't talking about, a federal felony conviction that has this student talking in hiding.
I just don't want this to continue with the deceit and with her getting away with it.
The student takes classes online at Ponce University, which includes medical ethics taught by Blackman. They claim Blackman's unethical past was never mentioned. Now they want to know why.
I'm terrified about backlash, definitely. Terrified that they will even dismiss me from school because of this.
Ponce is a for-profit university based in Puerto Rico and recently opened this campus near downtown St. Louis. It offers a medical school and a master's program, which is typically taken by students trying to get into med school.
Why did you feel like it was important to say something?
I think it's important to say something because they've been deceiving us for a very long time.
Blackman's picture is one of the first you'll see on Ponce's website, which lists her as a practicing doctor and assistant professor. One of her classes, medical ethics. Her bio doesn't say that she's currently on probation for a federal felony for Medicare fraud. This indictment says while Blackman treated patients at several St. Louis area nursing homes, she billed Medicare for false reimbursement claims. In March 2018, Blackman pled guilty to one count of Medicare fraud. Her sentence, 5 years probation and to pay back more than $82,000 in restitution. Federal investigators claim she worked for Chicago-based Aegis Healthcare. In a separate case, the now defunct medical group was accused in court records of billing for services they knew patients didn't need, making millions in the process. Multiple executives were sentenced to prison and ordered to pay back a combined total of nearly $10 million. Ponce University leaders won't talk to us. Instead, President and CEO Dr. David Lenahan sent a page-long statement saying they knew Blackman's legal background when she was hired. He went on to say she's a talented physician and professor who's been given a second chance.
Did Professor Blackman ever bring up her past?
She never brought it up. I can understand if you are an ethics professor and you're like, okay, I did this, learn from my mistakes, and you're upfront about it. That's fair. But she acted like she never did anything wrong.
News 4 Investigate started searching records and learned Blackman can't practice medicine in Illinois anymore. Her license was indefinitely suspended, but she can still practice in Missouri, even though a federal felony is something a doctor can lose their license over.
People trusted her with their health, and she did this for money.
Just do these very simple tasks.
While Blackman is open to sharing online, when we tried to talk to her, it was a different case.
Hi, I'm trying to reach Anessa Blackman.
We spent weeks emailing, calling, and even stopping by the school.
Hi, Professor Blackman.
Blackman never responded. In their statement, the university said Blackman has acknowledged the mistake, taken responsibility, and is moving forward. They went on to call that a great lesson for our students. We keep asking the university why they didn't tell students about Blackman's past. They didn't include that answer in their statement.
Disclosure is a huge part of just education and really medicine in general.
Dr. Michael Walls is the national president of the American Medical Student Association, an advocacy group known for helping students.
I do think it's, definitely something that needs to be disclosed at the very least. Doesn't necessarily change the content of the course, but I think it gives students the opportunity to sort of reflect on who they're hearing it from and making sure that there's no intrinsic or explicit bias.
While he's calling for accountability, that's all he says students can do.
How do you make sure that this doesn't happen?
Unfortunately, I don't really know if there is an easy way for students to know that ahead of time.
While nothing can change the past,
In total, I'm paying about $80,000.
this Ponce student questions the education they paid for.
They're not the only program out there. We could have gone to a different program, spent our money elsewhere without being tricked like this.
We did ask other local medical schools if they have any professors with felony charges. This is something they're not required to report.
We heard back from one. They told us they don't, and they actively check their staff's backgrounds. A Ponce spokeswoman told us the university now plans on telling students about Blackman's past. The student we talked to said they haven't heard that yet. Susan Elcori, News 4 investigates.